Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Frosty, and welcome to a team overview for my draft league team in Big Boy Draft League. I am the coach of the Fair Fight Beethoven, and I am excited to be playing in this draft league. My first actual season with them. So let's just get started. So the first one I decided to draft was Gengar G-Max. I drafted this. First off, you have to have a G-Max. On off-season, I ended up getting stuck with, I think, Ludon, because I decided to go, last for my G-Max. This mon's going to be a really good grounded poison, as well as being able to dish out fast hits. G-Max Terror? Oh, is that what it's called? Something like that will be very helpful in being able to help me set up on a mon that can't really do much against me. As long as I can have my other mons tank their G-Max hits, this mon should be able to do very, very well. Next mon I grabbed was Clefable. I grabbed Clefable because, basically, I'm really good with Clefable. It is probably, in my opinion, the absolute best cleric you could get on a draft league team. It is very, very bulky. It can take hits like a monster, and it can also dish them out if it needs it. It is slow, but that's fine because it either dies in one hit or just doesn't die most weeks. Or you can be stupid and let a certain person get set up. Oh man, why is my music so quiet? There we go. That should be better. That's the second one I drafted. You know, Gengar plus G-Max. G-Max Gengar plus Clefable I thought would be a really good starting out core. And then I went and built a Fairy Dragon Steel core that you're going to see in a second. My third mon was my dragon part of my Fairy Dragon Steel core, which is Kamoto. Kamoto is not allowed Clingerous Soul, which is a big problem, but it is very bulky. As you can see, well, not bulky, it can take hits. It's, basically just going to be here to dish out a few hits here and there. I've already recorded my week 1 battle. It actually helped a lot. It basically won me the week 1 battle after a little bit of RNG won me it. This mon's abilities, Bulletproof mainly, is very, very helpful. This mon also having, special attack and attack being basically even is going to make this probably one of the most monstrous threats in the entire league. It can also take mainly physical hits, but special defense is also not awful. I can use Assault Vest. I can use a lot of different things. Only problem is it's kind of slow. It's 85. It's not the slowest in the world, but it will definitely be having trouble hitting some mons without a Scarf. Then I went ahead and grabbed the fastest... Nope, not the fastest mon in my draft. Basically, our physical wall is going to be Skarmory. My Fairy Dragon Steel core, I think it's really nice. It can basically outbulk anything because Clefable can be a special wall while Skarmory can be our physical wall. Skarmory also has access to a lot of different hazards. It has access to spikes. It has access to rocks. It can also get rid of those with Defog. It can also hit really hard with Brave Bird and just heal up with Roost. This mon's going to be a huge defensive threat for the entire league. It's also a mon I've never used. I've used a lot of Clefables. I've never used the other two mons on this draft, but still, I feel like this mon's going to be one of my best mons when I bring it. It's not going to get kills, but it'll probably help me assist my other mons getting those kills that are needed. Then we have the big one himself, the fastest mon in my entire draft, Puco. I don't know how the hell this made it all the way to round 5 without being taken, but this mon is a beast. This mon can dish out Brave Birds, dish out, what's the other move? Wild Charges, and then just Roost up. It also has Defog. I'm not going to be using it as a defogger that much, but it can be used as a defog mon. It can't take hits, but it doesn't matter when you kill every mon that's not a ground type in 1 or 2 hits. and then can just heal up from the, pop. This Mon basically hits like a truck and will probably be the kill leader of our entire season. I assume it will be. So, next we have Vaporeon. Vaporeon is a bulky water, probably the bulkiest water out there from what I understand. This one is another cleric. We have Wish, Heal Bell. It's going to be here to heal up our Mons and take anything that's not a Thunderbolt or a Thunder or anything that's from an electric type. This Mon will basically just not die. I mean, grass types are also a problem for it. Physical defense is really bad, but special defense is 95. It's pretty good. Special attack's also not bad at all. And its HP is 130. This Mon can take hits and dish them out. There's like a very common theme. I drafted really bulky for this, which is fine. It's kind of how I like to draft. There's like a couple problems with this team that I have personally that I drafted. It's definitely not like the best draft in the league. I'm going to be doing PRs tomorrow, so hopefully y'all see who I think the best draft in the league is. But, yeah. The 7th one I grabbed was Mudsdale. I needed an electric immunity. Every team, every draft, I think, needs an electric immunity. And mine was Mudsdale. The reason I picked Mudsdale is because it's a Pokemon I never get to use because it's always taken, or I normally grab a different ground type. This Mon has a monstrous attack stat. It's the highest on my team. It will be able to hit. It's super slow, so it's really going to be here more for bulk, especially physical bulk, and setting up rocks and taking electric type hits. Then we have Incineroar, also known as basically the last real Mon in our draft. I guess there's like technically one more that we're probably going to bring at least once or twice. Incineroar, really, really nice. The main reason I grabbed it is because Upstagoon was taken, and I really, really liked Parting Shot with this team. This team, if this Mon can get a Parting Shot off, it basically just hinders the next Pokemon that it's out useless, especially if like they're switching in. Like if it's a grass type, I can just Parting Shot out to a new Mon and hinder whatever Pokemon that was sent out, useless, essentially. Also, it can be used to hit really hard. It's not going to be able to take many hits, but it'll be able to hit hard and get rid of people's items with knockoff, and it'll be able to hit Parting Shots and get rid of their attack and their special attack. Now we're on to another Mon. My team was really weak to ground, so I decided to grab Wacky. Wacky is allowed to have grassy terrain as his ability. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But I grabbed Thwacky. Not the greatest Mon, but if there is a ground type that I am extremely terrified of, or two ground types on a team, this Mon will probably be one of the picks I need to bring so that grassy terrain can make sure that my Mon, my Incineroar mainly, doesn't die. Also, I may try and get a kill or two with this Mon. Alright, Montan, Dwyson. So, I had like 3 points left, and I was just looking through the Mons. I'm like, you know what? Dwyson's pretty cool. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I really don't. I mean, it has a really good special attack stat. It may come once or twice with an Eviolite to hit a Psychic on a Fighting Mon. I don't know. This Mon is just something that's going to have to be like very specific. And then, last but not least, we have our mascot, Bidoof. Bidoof will be taking all of the Shadow Balls, all of the attacks. It will be hitting so hard, and it will be our kill leader. So I'm going to show you this view of our team. As you can see, we are mainly weak to ice and ground. Ground is kind of superseded by our ability here with Wacky. We have an immediate physical offensive threat in Kamoto, Tapu Koko, and Mudsdale, as well as Incineroar. And then immediate special threats in Gengar, G-Max, Tapu Koko 2, and Vaporeon. 2 hazard removals. I have technically 1, but because like Skarmory is the only one that's going to be brought as hazard removal every week probably. But Tapu Koko will be brought as hazard removal here and there. Min 3 hazard setters. We have 4 of them, or 4 to 5 of them, and I think this will be really nice. We'll be able to set up anything other than toxic spikes and webs. Fire, Water, Grass Core. We do have our Fire, Water, Grass Core and Vaporeon and Incineroar Wacky. I think this core is really nice. It's very, you know, two pretty bulky mons with Incineroar. And then a Fairy Dragon Steel core in Clefable, Kamoto, and Skarmory. This trio will be able to do a lot for us. And then you have offensive walls that check off offense weaknesses, which basically Vaporeon and Skarmory are walls, as well as Clefable, and they do check the weaknesses of some of the other mons. Healer / cleric support, we technically have like 3 of those, or 2 of them really, Clefable and Vaporeon. Wacky every now and then. And then speed tiers intact. This is like the one thing about my team that I don't like. I went 130, 110, down to 85. My speed is really bad here. I really should have grabbed another mon in the 100, but it may not end up being a problem. Everything else is fine. I have, you know, everything I need. But this is going to be probably the biggest problem for our entire season. We're going to be going to have to deal with faster mons than slower. So, if you enjoyed my talking about my team, then go ahead and subscribe. I will be doing PRs tomorrow for this league, and then hopefully either Sunday for sure I'll have the first battle of this league out, and then Saturday I may have another league my team for and my team out, and then maybe like Monday I'll have not PRs, but I'll be talking about everyone else's teams in the league and what I think about them. So, hope you enjoyed, and goodbye, YouTube.